Yeah, today we are going to discuss about the automata theory, and automata theory is also called as a theory of computations. So, theory of computations here, computations means processing. So, what we are processing here? Processing input towards an output, that is called as an processing. In every device there is a low level calculations, and we call it low level calculations, that means in zeros and ones itself. So we call it as an abstract mission or model. So abstract mission or model. So here we are calling about an abstract mission or models. So abstract mission means automata, finite automata used to implement algorithms efficiently. So we are going to implement the algorithms efficiently. So that is called as an finite automata theory. So automata theory consists of abstract mission or model. So for example, if we take a switch, so if we switch means on and off. So by default it is in a half state. So by default it is in a off state. So when we push the button, it will comes under an on. So off condition is called as an 1 and on condition is called as an 0. So this is also called as an automata or finite automata. Finite automata means number of states, that is called as an finite automata. So what are the applications of finite automata? So what are the finite automata? Finite automata applications are used in design of the compilers. That means design of the compilers. In design of the compiler, there are so many phases. So the first phase of the compiler is lexical analysis. In lexical analysis, we are going to take tokens. So our instruction is divided into number of tokens. There we will use an design of compilers. Next application is pattern matching. In pattern matching also we will use an automata theory. So for example, if we take a password setting, so in password settings it shows some uppercase, special cases and lower cases. In that cases we will use an application of automata theory, and it is also used in spell checks. So spell checking means if we are writing a document or if we are writing anything else, so there will be some special check, some spell checking will be available. In this also we will use an automata theory. So the fundamental find out what the different models of the missions are can do and what cannot do. The theory of computation, it covers the three concepts here. So one is automata, second one is computability, and the third one is complexity. So automata means an abstract computing device, that is called as an automaton. A device need not even be a physical hardware, so that is called as an automata. So computability means whether the machine accepts that or not. So complexity means there are no solutions, so there are number of solutions here. So the number of solutions consists of many solutions. So the optimal solution, so which takes an optimal solution, and a low complexity, then it is called as a complexity. So this it covers, automata theory covers automata, computability, complexity. Automata means an abstract computing mission. A device need not even be in a physical hardware. So next one is computability. Computability means whether the mission accepts or not. So that is called as an mission accepts or not, that is called as a computability. Next one is complexity. So complexity means there are number of solutions, many solutions for a problem. So from the many solution we will take an optimal solution which is having a low complexity or less, that is called as a complexity. Next one is father of the modern computer science is Alan Turing from 1912 to 1954. So he is an English mathematician, studied an abstract mission called Turing missions even before computer exists. So next we are going to discuss about the languages, fundamental things, central concepts of automata. So central concepts of automata consists of an alphabets, strings, and languages. So, what is an alphabet? An alphabet is a finite non-empty set of symbols. So, here we will consider symbols as everything is considered as symbols, 0 and 1. So, that is called as a symbol. Next one is lowercase letters, A, B, C to Z is also considered as symbols. Alphanumerics, A to Z and capital A to Z and 0 to 9 are called as alphanumeric. All these are considered as symbols. So we use the symbol sigma to denote an alphabet. So for example, here alphabet is a character or number or symbol. The alphabet is always denoted by sigma. Different types of alphabets are binary alphabets. Next one is English alphabets, and second one is integer alphabets. So binary alphabets is sigma is equal to 0 comma 1. English alphabets comes and A, B, C to Z. And the next one is integers or numbers considered as 0 to 9. Sigma is equal to 0 to 9. That is called as alphabets. Next comes under strings. Second concept of the central concept is strings. A string is a collection of alphabets. Okay, a string or a word is a finite sequence of symbols chosen from sigma. So empty string is always represented with epsilon. So a string is always denoted by any small letters. Length of the string is W. So length of the W is W, and it is denoted by W and is equal to the number of characters in the string. So that is called as a string, length of the string. Next one is empty string is always represented with epsilon. So example of length of the string is, for example, if we take a string x is equal to 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, the length of the x is equal to 6. That means we count each character. We count in each character one by one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the length of the string is 6. So here epsilon is there. In the next example, we are getting an epsilon. So this is not countable. So xy, next one is an empty string. Next one is a prefix. Prefix means a prefix of a string is any number of leading symbols of the string, that is called as a prefix. Next one is suffix. Suffix means suffix of the string is any number of tailing symbols of the strings. So operations on string, different operations we will perform on the string. One is concatenation. XY is called as if x and y are two strings, then XY is called as a concatenation of the string. So for example, x is equal to high and y is equal to CSC, then concatenation of x and y is XY is equal to high CSC. Okay, next power of an alphabet. So power of an alphabet is let sigma be an alphabet. Sigma to the power of k is the set of all strength of length k. Next, sigma to the power of star, that is equal to sigma to the power of 0 union sigma to the power of 1 union sigma to the power of 2, so on union. Infinite terms you can use. If we use sigma plus means here in sigma star we will have a 0, and here there will not be any 0 here. Sigma to the power of 1 union sigma to the power of 2 union sigma to the power of 3, that is called as a sigma plus, and star is called as a clean closure, and plus is called as a positive closure. Next one comes under languages. What is a language? Language is a set of strings of symbols over an alphabet, that is called as a language. So language is a set of strings of symbols over an alphabet. So L is said to be a language over an alphabet sigma only if L is subset of sigma star. This is because sigma star is set of all strings of all possible length including 0 over the given alphabet. Here we have discussed here sigma star is equal to, we will have in the star we will have in a 0, 1, 2, so on infinite terms. In sigma plus, that means positive closure, we will have in a without 0, that means plus consists of 1, 2, 3, so on. So in the language we are considering as an because sigma star is a set of all strings over then a given alphabet sigma. So example, let L be the language of all strings consisting of n number of zeros followed by n number of ones. That means L is equal to sigma 0 1 0 0 1 1. So here zeros. So 0 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1. Let L be the language of all strings with equal number of zeros and ones. So this is also consists of an equal number of zeros and equal number of zeros and equal number of ones. So that is about the language.